check if I can get some better placement. Probably this is somewhat better. So, guys, I think also we'll be having, India versus Bangladesh very soon. I think that that series starts from the 6th of October, if I'm not wrong. So, all eyes on the ladies now, alright? Because we have, always cheered for our men. Now it's high time, that we cheer for our girls as well. And the Indian women's team has been performing really well, and they are in good form. You cannot deny their chances of winning. So very soon I'll also try, I'll try to upload the videos on the matches from the Women's T20 World Cup as well. So final is on a Sunday again. Yes, I uploaded a video regarding that. But Kevin, for that we need to reach the finals first. All right. The final is on a Sunday, but we need to reach there first, and then we will start hoping, or thinking about the final. For that, we need to play brilliantly. We need to reach the semis, then the finals, and then we'll see how it goes. All right. And speaking of that, well, I think the final of the Champions Trophy is also on a Sunday. And I did a detailed study. I was actually wondering what actually goes wrong on this Sunday. So what I found was that Sunday is ruled by Lord Surya, Surya Dev. Okay, and the number actually Sunday is ruled by number one, and the Lord for number one is Sun. And India, I think 1 and 8 is a terrible combination, right? So if you kind of check the destiny number of India, like if you consider 15th August 1947 as the date of birth of India, you will find out that the destiny number of India is 8. All right, the destiny number is 8, and 1 and 8 is a terrible combination. So that is the reason why Sundays are mostly, not that much lucky for our nation. So that's the point why India loses most of the finals on Sundays. All right. Now we have India versus Bangladesh very soon. Then we will be having India versus New Zealand. You see, although the hype is not that big as compared to the Border Gavaskar Trophy, for which people are um, waiting impatiently. Like they just can't wait for that series to begin. But still, let me tell you, New Zealand is not a weak team. Alright, they have been the World Test champions once. They were the first ever World Test champions as far as the WTC is concerned. So, what's important for India is that they need to win all three. If India doesn't manage to win even one, see, if, even if India wins the series 2-0, well, even that will make things difficult for India because in that scenario, India will have to win at least two tests down under. At least two in the BGT will become mandatory for India to win. So here, Let's just wish that India wins all three, all right? And if India does that, the task will become easier. Although even then, we'll have to win at least one in the BGT. And it also depends on the performance of other teams. There is hardly any other team in contention. Yes, Sri Lanka can pose a threat, but even Sri Lanka has two games against Australia and two against South Africa. So I don't think Sri Lanka will manage to win three out of those four, because against Australia they are playing at home, but against South Africa they will be playing in South Africa itself. And defeating South Africa, well, that's not an easy task. That's no easy feat. So even if India, wins only three out of the remaining eight, even then India will have great chances of playing the WTC final. But still, we would wish that India wins at least five, all right, out of these eight, and India, reaches the finals as an undisputed contender. And as far as India versus Bangladesh T20 series is concerned, like I will be doing the calculations and my study, the analysis, and I will try to upload videos related to the predictions for the India versus Bangladesh T20I series. And then if we talk about India versus New Zealand, I think that's starting from 16th, if I'm not wrong, from the 16th of October. And I think after that is the big one, India down under. I mean, India versus Australia. That will be the real test for Rohit Sharma, as well as, I mean, especially for Gautam Gambhir, because under his mentorship, this would be the first test series against Australia, and probably the first test series outside India, if I'm not wrong, and that too against Australia. So, let's see how he manages his troops in such a challenging tournament. But what I would like to say at the moment is that please cheer for our ladies, alright? Please cheer for the girls, because it's really disappointing. I mean, the hype is almost nil, it's almost negligible. And to some extent, I also hold the media responsible for this, because if media tries to cover these tournaments, the hype will definitely grow. But there is not even a single news channel that is talking about the women's T20 World Cup. And just look at the date, like today itself the World Cup is starting, and not even a single news channel is talking about it. So that's really ironic, that's really unfortunate, that's really disappointing to say the least. But we can change it, because it's really disappointing and disturbing at the same time that there is zero hype for the women's T20 World Cup. There's no hype at all. And the ones who play sports on a daily basis, like or even on a weekly basis, they know how difficult it is, to play any sport. What is the level of determination, perseverance, patience, hard work that is needed when you play any sport, even if it's not competitive, even if you're playing gully cricket, you need a level of dedication and perseverance, if you want to perform well. A victory will make you happy, but a defeat will, you know, disturb you at the same time. Any defeat, like even in gully cricket, when you get defeated, you feel some level of disappointment and disturbance and irritation. So when our women's team is working so hard and they are playing the World Cup, they are one of the strongest contenders to win the World Cup. I think we should definitely give our support, and we should. I think it's high time that the women get their dues, at least in sports. All right, it's a long road to cover, but still, even if we take baby steps, I think that would also make a huge difference. So let's cheer for the girls, let's cheer for the ladies, let's hope that India wins the Women's T20 World Cup. Fingers crossed for the India versus Bangladesh T20 International Series, although that's not that relevant. The India versus New Zealand Test Series will be extremely relevant, and BGT, well, it goes without saying. I mean, the relevance of BGT does not need any explanation. And then we will be having the Champions Trophy as well. So, well, recently I heard that Pakistan is welcoming Zakir Naik, the controversial Islamic scholar. So even after that, and he is one of the most wanted criminals in our nation. So even after that, if India agrees to go to Pakistan to play the Champions Trophy, well, that would be a spineless move. That would definitely be a spineless move. So, because I think, yes, it's important to win, and if we talk about our cricketers, well, for them, this is everything, this is their world. If India backs out, it would be like, snatching something away from these players who bring glories to the nation. But still, some stringent action has to be taken against this nation, against the neighboring nation. And we cannot forget, the martyrdom, the sacrifices of our soldiers and their respective families. So, you know, some stringent action has to be taken. And if it's played in hybrid mode, well, that's well and good, because in that case, India won't be going to Pakistan to play any of its matches, so that's not a problem. But the Champions Trophy to be played in hybrid mode is somewhat difficult, because it becomes really annoying for the other teams to travel to different nations intermittently. वो तो देखा जाएगा, खैर 2-3 महीने में हमें पता चलेगा कि क्या होना है. तो ये था एक क्विक लाइव सेशन आप सभी के लिए, और बहुत जल्द आपको जो वुमेंस T20 वर्ल्ड कप से रिलेटेड भी आपको प्रेडिक्शंस मिलेंगे मेरे चैनल पे. कोशिश रहेगी कि अधिकतर मैचेस के प्रेडिक्शंस मैं दे पाऊँ, और बहुत सारे मैंने प्रेडिक्शंस शेयर किए हैं बीजी रिलेटेड भी. इंडिया वर्सेस बांग्लादेश T20 आई, और इंडिया वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड टेस्ट सीरीज़ का भी बाकी है. बट जो ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है वो है अभी WTC चैम्पियंस ट्रॉफ़ी. तो खैर जब वो स्टार्ट होगा उस वक्त ही वीडियोस अपलोड किए जाएंगे. तो फ़िलहाल, हाँ, ये भी मुझे कहना पड़ेगा कि वही बात मैं दोहरा रहा हूँ कि आप शेयर करिए हमारी लड़कियों के लिए, हमारी बेटियों के लिए, ताकि वो भी एक ग्लोरी दिला पाएँ, जैसा कि रोहित शर्मा और हमारी मेंस टीम ने किया. वैसा ही कारनामा अगर हमारी वुमेंस टीम भी कर दे, तो ये हमारे देश के लिए बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट होगी कि एक ही साल में दो क्रिकेट के वर्ल्ड कप्स अगर हम जीतते हैं. ये 2016 में वेस्ट इंडीज़ की टीम ने किया था, जब उन्होंने मेंस T20 क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप, वुमेंस T20 क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप और अंडर 19 क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप जीता था. तो वैसा ही कुछ कारनामा हमारा देश भी कर सकता है, अगर हमारी इंडियन वुमेंस टीम T20 वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाए. और मैंने कुछ प्रेडिक्शन शेयर किए भी हैं इंडिया के चांसेस से रिलेटेड, फिर इंग्लैंड के चांसेस से रिलेटेड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के चांसेस से रिलेटेड, ये वुमेंस T20 वर्ल्ड कप जीतने के लिए। तो वो वीडियोस आप देख सकते हैं मेरे चैनल पर। और और भी कुछ वीडियोस अपलोड की जाएंगी। अभी तो खैर एक बहुत ही टेंस्ड इन्वायरमेंट चल रहा है दुनिया भर में। अगर आप न्यूज़ फॉलो करते हैं तो आप देख ही रहे होंगे कि इसराइल और ईरान के बीच क्या चल रहा है, या फिर इसराइल और पैलेस्टाइन के बीच क्या चल रहा है, और किस तरह से बाकी देश भी इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हैं इसमें। तो बस दुआ यही रहेगी भगवान से कि सब कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, सब कुछ नॉर्मल हो जाए और दुनिया में अमन और शांति कायम हो। That would be, the desire and the prayer of each and every of us, because we all want peace and harmony in the entire world. You know, wars have never been the solution, and nothing can justify, you know, the killing of even a single innocent soul. So we cannot term that as collateral damage and get away with it, because nothing justifies killings of innocents. So let's pray for peace and harmony in the world, and soon you will be able to find videos related to music, or you know other interesting topics, other interesting skills like fitness or poetry, singing, playing guitar, playing piano. You will find those videos as well on my channel. And yeah, just to mention it again, that if you want personal consultations, feel free to reach out via call or WhatsApp at 9007376989. All right. Feel free to drop your comments. Feel free to make your requests regarding the topics on which you want me to make videos. I really love to take those suggestions, and I truly ponder upon them and try to upload videos as much as possible that meets your requirements and your desires. तो इसी तरह आप अपना प्यार बनाए रखिए, और इस वीडियो का डिस्क्रिप्शन ज़रूर चेक करिएगा। आप मुझे इंस्टाग्राम पे फॉलो कर सकते हैं। मेरा इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल है AKUNAL92। आप मुझे मेरे व्हाट्सएप चैनल पे भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं, जिसका लिंक मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन सेक्शन में दे दूँगा। और पर्सनल कंसल्टेशन के लिए, जैसा मैंने कहा, आप रीच आउट कर सकते हैं 9007376989 पे। तो अब तक के लिए बस इतना ही। जल्दी आप लोगों से दोबारा मुलाकात होगी, और तब तक आप अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिए। जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय, हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद।